Hi, welcome to the Industry Astrology New Moon Forecast for May 30th, 2022. The moon is waning, the energy is diminishing, turning inward. How are you feeling? The moon is waning, growing smaller and darker, and on May 30th at 4:30 a.m. Pacific Time, the moon will conjoin the sun, end the Amavasya Tithi, and then begin to wax again. Feeling introverted, maybe needing to take a step back, or maybe just frustrated with the way things are turning out with something, ready for something new. The new moon is like a refresh button. It's the end of the lunar cycle, and it's time for a new phase of growth. So it's a great time to wrap things up, take a stop, take a moment, and look within. This new moon has a spark of creative vision in it. It's in the moon's favorite nakshatra, the lunar mansion, called Rohini Nakshatra. Rohini is a star of fertility and creativity and passion, and it is located right in the eye of Taurus the bull. So it's a place where the moon is exalted, earthy, and wanting to create something, wanting to express something. In the last week, Jupiter and Mars have been coming together in a very tight alignment, and on this new moon, that alignment is exact in what's called graha yuddha, a planetary war that can actually emphasize a lot of tension in between these two planets. Jupiter, who is the god of expansion, the guru, education and law, and Mars, who is the god of war and courage. Now the two, when they come together, create Guru Mangala Yoga, which is a very courageous and enthusiastic, kind of zealous energy in a birth chart. But when they come very, very close together, within 1 degree, as they are now, it does create more of a dangerous influence. It's more tense and volatile. The tragic Texas elementary school massacre happened on the 24th, just as the moon was going over these two fiery planets. And so this powerful combination can actually help you increase self-confidence, create healthy boundaries in your relationships, and help you creatively envision a positive, kind of proactive way of making a difference in your world, in your community, in your life. So use this time to see how you can make a difference, because you can. Also, Mercury retrograde is another influence we're still under. Mercury has been retrograde in the sidereal sign of Taurus, which rules over money and security, agriculture, food security. And since then, we really have been seeing a much more drastic slowdown of the economy, the markets, and a general kind of volatility. This is a time to really stop, review, kind of checks and balances of where your investments may be. Also, just in general, where you invest your energy and time and who you spend your time with too. It's a great time to be fixing things that maybe have been broken for some time. So it's an opportunity, this Mercury retrograde, to be really cleaning things up and reorganizing, reviewing, and making things better for the future. On the evening of May 29th, we have a very sacred day for the planet Saturn, the planet of limitations and structure, and the Lord of Karma, the one who gives us our biggest life lessons for spiritual maturity and growth. The Shani Amavasya occurs right at the dark moon. The dark moon is the day before the new moon, when the moon is at its kind of darkest phase, the very last day of its cycle. So there is something around letting go and surrendering in that time. And the Shani Amavasya has a special blessing from Saturn that can help us shine a light of awareness and healing into areas of grief, loss, sadness, and disempowerment into your life, places where you feel victimized or feel deflated or lost. This is a time for healing that. So meditation, prayer, acts of selfless service are very powerful on this dark moon. In the United States, it will be on the evening of the 29th. And another way to honor Lord Saturn, this great karmic teacher, is to check out my class. The Saturn in Aquarius class, complete with horoscopes for all 12 Vedic signs that are good until 2025. If you weren't able to sign up yet, you haven't bought the class yet, it is now still available for purchase on the Industry Astrology Academy as a pre-recorded class. You can check it out. I will leave a link to purchase that in the window below. Okay, so let's just take a look at what the tarot cards have to say about this new moon coming up in Rohini Nakshatra. Okay, so the first card that came through is the Queen of Discs. Very earthy, rather Taurian card, like Rohini, the grounded energy of the earth, of agriculture as well, and creative vision of how to use our resources. Rohini was the youngest daughter of Daksha, and the most fertile place for the moon to be. So much is possible with the moon in Rohini. And the Three of Cups. Sharing, reconnection, reunion. One thing about Mercury retrograde that I like is that often it's a time when you can reconnect with people from the past, reunite with friends and family. It's a really abundant and opening kind of card. Very so much is possible, despite the difficulties now that you may be facing. In the Northern Hemisphere, the summer is coming. Summer solstice is next month, so it's a time to get out and reconnect with people. And finally, the Lovers, major arcana, the Lovers. You know, in Western astrology, this new moon is happening in Gemini, actually, because Western astrology uses a tropical zodiac, while Vedic astrologers use sidereal, so often it is one sign behind us. And this is the card of Gemini. It's about contracts, the mirror of relationship, and commitments and boundaries in relationships as well, and decisions around relationships, or who you spend your time with, how you choose to connect and share your life. So, let's take a look. Reconnect and ground into the earth. There is so much potential, so much fertility in your vision of the future now. What holds you? What supports you? Remember that and feel the abundance of what it has to offer. Reconnect with those you love and remember from where you came, where you choose to focus your vision, where you decide to walk your path, brings in a whole new opportunity for growth and all kinds of commitments and agreements that allow for this new growth to be supported. Okay, so thanks for coming to the new moon forecast for this May 30th of 2022. I do offer one-on-one readings, Vedic astrology readings, and tarot readings online. You can book a reading with me on my calendar on my website, anandastrology.com. The link is below. Also, check out that Saturn class that's now up for purchase if you have not registered already. if you have already paid for the class, don't worry, you can watch the replay for free. Just contact me if you haven't received the link yet. But if you missed the registration last week, you can buy the recording still on the In-Industry Astrology Academy that is up now, and I will leave a link to that below. Also, be sure to sign up for my newsletter, and you can calculate your birth star, your birth nakshatra, on my website when you do. And also, be sure to like this YouTube channel, and I will see you soon on the next full moon.